Sad but rad. Story of my freaking life. May wrap up. Here's everything I read. I read Authority by Jeff Vandermeer. This is book 2 in the Southern Reach series, and I am freaking in love. In love. I love sci-fi horror. It might be my favorite subgenre of horror. In fact, Frankenstein, arguably the first science fiction novel, was itself a science fiction horror. So I feel like whenever I read sci-fi horror, I'm going back to the roots of science fiction. But anyway, this book is fantastic, full of mystery, kind of a plot that's a little bit hard to follow at times, but he totally makes up for it with character work, with just such an immersive setting that feels so alien and strange and weird. I'm talking about Area X, this place that seems to mutate everything and erases all trace of human footprint, and it's just fascinating. This is the perfect sci-fi horror for our time, and I am so excited to keep reading this series. Second thing I read was Locking Up Our Own by James Forman Jr. Educate yourself on the issues. Something I'm trying to do. My wife and I have a whole TBR, a shared TBR that is just books that we hope to use to radicalize ourselves into revolutionaries, and this was on that list. This is a very, very good read. Very important if you want to understand the issues of the massive incarceration rates that we face here in the United States and how it disproportionately affects the Black community. Very important read. This won a Pulitzer Prize. Very well written, emotional, informational, so good. Read it. Writing the breakout novel. This was kind of a meh. It's written by a literary agent, so it was valuable to get that insight into manuscripts from a literary agent's perspective. It's valuable for those insights, but I don't feel like I've necessarily learned how to become a better writer as a result of it. So I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I have been singing this book's praises to everybody who will listen. This is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Gothic horror, haunted house. Nothing like the Netflix series, but the Netflix series is fantastic in its own right. This is a 5-star read for me. The First 5 Pages by Noah Lukeman. This is all about getting your manuscript up to snuff. I really, really appreciate this book. I think I'm going to read it many more times in my future. Very valuable advice in here. Highly recommend for any writers out there. And this is the guy that slowed me down last month. 1177 BC, the year civilization collapsed, by Eric Klein. This is history. This is for the history buffs out there. I mostly read history for my own edification. It's not really my first go-to. It's not my main thing. I will say, to give this book some credit, this year, 1177 BC, is fascinating in this general time period in that in the Eastern Mediterranean, North African area, there were climate disasters, trade disasters, wars, and as the title suggests, all of the civilizations in that area that had been kind of globalized, for lack of a better term, they all started to fall apart at the same time. History that may repeat itself pretty soon. So that was it. All told, pretty good reading month. Looking forward to June.